What's up, boys? It's your boy DMD, and it is very noisy in here. My audio is clipping. Anyway, my guys, it is me, the DMD, and I'm here with my buddy Aidan, giving us his Traptrix Deck Profile updated for the second time, updated this January because the old ban list came out and warped the format. So, Aidan, sir, how have you changed this deck?
I made it more resilient against other back row decks because back row is kind of big right now. Also, there were some changes to kind of deal with Spiral, and I realized that the deck needed more kill power, so I put Utopia Double back in the deck.
And you also don't have to worry about Red Reboot anymore, right?
Yep, so I knocked Traptrix down.
Yeet! Alright, well, let's get into this list.
Alright, so of course, Traptrix package, 3 Dianea, summons 1 from grave, useful for the OTK combo, and then also just the recursion. Myrmelio, especially good against back row decks like Altergeist and Garou, special summon Pop. This is usually what you summon off Sarah. 1 Atrax because Red Reboot's at 1, and then also it just doesn't seem as important, especially with Raigeki Storm in the game now. 1 Nepenthes, gives you hand advantage with Sarah. 3 Mantis, searches Dianea so that you can get ready for next turn once you shut your opponent out of their plays. 3 Ash, hand trap.
Yeah, gotta stop that double helix.
Yep, I am thinking about using Tiamaton instead, just for the level 4 interaction, and also destroys the column. 1 Scythe. This isn't necessarily a brick in the deck, just because you can also use Traptrix to search Heavy Storm, pop it, and then, it pretty much wins you the game against Spiral.
Everything.
Double or Nothing, this is the 1 brick in the deck, just because you don't want to see this. If you do see it, you can just discard it for, say, like, the Nightmares or something.
It's Utopia cheese.
Yeah. With Pentastag, it's 10k piercing, so... 3 Judgment, much better than last format, especially with Raigeki Storm. I feel like people have to main deck this card now, just because of the back row hate.
And it can't get negated with Red Reboot.
Yep, just because it's at 1. But if they do run the Red Reboot and they pull the 1 Red Reboot, then...
it's over.
Yeah. But also with this is Imperial Order. Shuts out Raigeki Storm outright. Destroys... kind of destroys the Pendulum matchup now, because they rely more on the spells than they do Electromite.
I mean, they don't rely on Electromite at all, I hope, because...
yeah, because he's banned, sadly. They should not have banned that card. That card was fine.
They should have either limited and Servant or hit Electromite to 0, but they should not have done both.
They should not have done both.
That was excessive.
And then 3 Compulse. Pretty good right now, just for breaking boards in general. Yeah. The 3 Brigandine, of course, this is mandatory in the deck for the Sarah combo. Rafflesia first turn when we get Grave Hole, we can negate Nibiru. Sanctum, for obvious reasons. Scythe destroys
the meta.
Yeah, not as much as it does this format, but it still hits the best combo decks this format. It's also an easy side out. 2 Floodgate, initiates the Utopia double combo, the OTK.
Also in MR5, that card's going to be a lot better.
Yep. I'm thinking of bumping it to 3 because Bottomless is just kind of useless, but 2 Traptrix searches anything, makes it so that you no longer have the dead Sanctums in your deck. 2 Lost Wind. I think this is better than Nightmare Trap Hold, just because it can activate no matter what turn that monster was summoned. Also, it can reset itself, and it has that monster's attack.
And it can activate in the damage.
Yep. And then 2 Crackdown. I'm not running IP because I don't think IP actually benefits the deck. I think it's more of a... IP is more of a if you know you can stop them card. But in this deck, you don't really want to go into IP. You want to usually keep Sarah or something on your board that you can use to gain that advantage for next turn. 2 Storm Dusters for obvious reasons, back row.
Back row everywhere.
Yep. which this deck has a very weird matchup with back row. Most back row decks, it's okay because of the unaffected by traps stuff, but other than that, you know. And 2 bottomless. I don't know if I like it or not yet, just because of the stipulation for it to hit a monster with 15 or more attack. But it's still good to resolve.
Yeah, it's okay for now.
Yeah, and then 2 storming.
Yep.
I feel like this card is needed just because it protects the Sarah, and then also, you know, just
Stops you from dying.
Yep, leaves their board wide open for you essentially. Moving on to the extra deck. Run 2 Sarah still. I've never needed a 3rd Sarah. Yeah. Borreload. I'm going to switch this out for Boral Sword, just because Boral Sword initiates the OTK if I can't get double. Security Dragon. Pentastag for the Utopia double combo. Double 10k piercing.
Yep.
Radiant to boost the Traptrix for other shenanigans. Ultimate Falcon for the Wakings.
The side deck.
Yep. Some decks, most decks this format physically cannot get over this card. Utopia Lightning in case double gets ashed, or if there's a problematic card like Boral Sword. Rafflesia. I think this card is very underrated because even if you don't have the trap holes, you can use this to get them. Also, it protects Sarah from targeting, destruction by battle, so on and so forth. Tornado Dragon, back row 8. Yeah. Abyss Dweller. Not sure how it's going to do this format, but it's still pretty good against things like Paleo.
Yeah. Castell.
Castell, getting rid of problematic cards. Also, you can use this to initiate the Utopia double combo. Utopia double, 10k.
Big
Utopia for him and Lightning.
Yeah.
And then Redoer.
For
Sometimes when you do the Brigandine combo, you can overlay for the monster and the Brigandine to use this, so he becomes a bounce and then he banishes himself until end phase if you would like him to. Not to mention he rips a card off your opponent's deck whenever it's their standby. So it's just a compulse as a beater, pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Side deck.
Side deck hasn't changed too much. With Panky hit to 1, it is not as great
Concise.
for initiating, for trying to get out damage, pretty much, yeah. But 3 Gamma Seal for the Security Dragon. 2 Mind Control, don't know why they hit it to 2, but it's still, I ran it at 2 anyway.
It's because you can clear stuff and then link it off, so it's it's essentially like a Stormforth, so it's a really good card.
Yeah, but I feel like they hit it just because of Storm coming out. 2 Twin Sisters, it's just a side out for Storm Dusters, or if I'm playing back row, I main it with Storm Dusters. 3 Waking the Dragon for obvious reasons, you know.
You pop it, you lose.
Yep. 3 Anti-Spill. This is mainly for games 2 and 3. If I know that they're playing either Raigeki Storm or Twisters, or something, like if they're playing Pendulums, this just wins the matchup outright. But this deck already wins that matchup anyway. You just floodgate their Pen Summon and, you know, they pass turn. And then 2 evenly matched.
2 of evenly to round off the side. Alright guys, so that is my boy Aidan's updated Traptrix Deck Profile for February 2020. Sir, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Traptrix is super underrated. It wins most of the back row matchups, and it destroys Spiral. Honestly, play the deck.
You heard it from the man himself. But anyway, guys, it's your boy DMD. It's me, it's that DMD. And your boy is out. Deuces.